All right, welcome back. So this is the textual analysis portion of Lectio 2 in Chapter 1. So we're going to be looking at the first declension noun once again. So let me go ahead and get started. We're going to keep diagramming our sentences as we did before. It says, Corsica insula est. So notice here, oh, I better change that color. Notice here we have our nominative case, and here we have a nominative case. So this is telling us that the linking verb, right, it has a predicate nominative associated with it. So our subject is here. Our predicate nominative is here. Okay, so Corsica is an island. Notice that Latin does not supply indefinite articles or definite articles like the or a, right? You have to imply those as you translate. Okay. Moving on. Corsica et Sardinia et Sicilia insulae sunt. So how many subjects do we have in this sentence? Pay close attention, right? So we have our nominative singular here, a nominative singular here, and a nominative singular here. Okay, so that tells us we have 3 subjects in this sentence. So we should expect our verb to be plural, which it is. Notice here, the linking verb sunt is plural. However, look at our predicate nominative. Look at this AE. This is a first declension noun, and it's in the nominative plural. Okay, so this is our predicate nominative, telling us what these 3 subjects are. They are islands. Corsica and Sardis and Sicily are islands. Okay, that's pretty straightforward. So let's move down here and look at another sentence that has a similar structure. Well, actually, no, let's not move down. Let's just keep going. Britannia quoque insula est. All right, so you should know how to diagram this sentence. And you should also be able to translate. This Britannia means Britain. Okay. Italia insula non est. Okay, Italia insula non est. Sicilia insula magna est. All right, so we need to diagram this one. Okay, we have something new going on here. So this is our subject, right? But notice here, we have 2 words that also have the nominative case on them. All right, so one of them is a noun, and that word is insula. That's the noun. This word here, magna, is an adjective, and it is modifying this noun here. Okay, and notice that the A, look at the A here, on the end of it, is agreeing with the A here on insula. So this is what you always need to remember about a Latin adjective. A Latin adjective will always agree with the noun it modifies in case, number, and gender. Okay? So right here, if we look at insula, the case is nominative, its number is singular, and its gender is feminine. This ending here states the same thing, and it is agreeing with insula. Okay, that's very important. So it says Sicily is a large island. Okay, that's how you would translate that particular sentence. So once again, let's look at this next example. We'll go through it again. Malita est insula parva. So here we have our subject. Right here is our nominative singular ending. Then we have our predicate nominative here with this A. Right? This is also going to be a part of the predicate nominative. They're linked together because they're in agreement. This adjective is agreeing with this noun. Okay, notice again the A here on the end of insula, and notice the A here on the end of parva. Once again, a Latin adjective must always agree with the noun it modifies in case, number, and gender. All right, so let's go through that. What's the case? Well, we know it's a predicate nominative because we have a linking verb here, right? So it's nominative. The adjective is also nominative because it must agree exactly. Look at the number. They're both singular. And the gender is feminine. Okay? Notice that it's the adjective that must agree with the noun. The noun never simply just agrees with an adjective. It is the noun that stipulates or designates how that adjective is going to agree, not the other way around. Okay, you have to remember that. Moving on. Britannia non insula parva, sed insula magna est. Again, you have adjectives in this sentence. Okay, you have to pay close attention. So we have one subject right here because of this A, nominative singular, and it's our subject. Now we have a predicate nominative here in this clause with these two words. So this right here forms a predicate nominative. Insula parva. And we have another one at the other clause, which forms a predicate nominative. Okay, notice here the agreement that's going on with each of them. Okay, so it says Britain is not a small island, but is a large island. Okay, that's how you would translate that. So once again, I'm going to rehash this. This adjective is agreeing with this noun. Okay. This adjective is agreeing with this noun. Notice that I'm not saying that this noun is agreeing with this adjective. The adjective always agrees with the noun. Okay, again, look at the endings. The case of insula, right, is the first declension feminine noun. It's in the nominative singular. So parva must agree. So it has to be nominative singular, right, and it's feminine. Same with magna on this insula. Nominative singular, and it's feminine. Moving on. Sicilia et Sardinia non insulae parvae, sed insulae magnae sunt. All right, so we have more than one subject now because look at our linking verb. It is changed to the plural form. All right, here's one of our subjects. Notice it's in the nominative singular. Here's one of our subjects here also. But look at the predicate nominatives. All right, we have a predicate nominative here. We have one here. Okay, notice insulae is in the nominative plural feminine form. Nominative feminine plural form. Notice here that parvae is agreeing with it. Notice down here at these two, same thing is going on. They have to agree. Why is it agreeing like this? Why are they plural? Well, you have more than one subject in the sentence. Sicily and Sardis make up two islands, so there's two or more subjects in the sentence. Therefore, the predicate nominatives must agree, just like the verb here is agreeing. It says are. So it says Sicily and Sardis are not small islands, but are large islands. Okay? Hopefully that makes sense. Okay, so remember, the noun, the adjective I mean, must always agree with the noun it is modifying in case, number, and gender. All right, moving on down here to some second declension masculine or second declension neuter nouns. Okay. Brundisium oppidum est. Notice here. This is our nominative subject and it's neuter. Look at the ending, it's um. Remember the preliminary lecture, the nominative singular for a second declension neuter noun ends with a um. Notice here the predicate nominative ends with the um. This noun is also a neuter noun. Okay, and look at our linking verb. So it says Brundisium is a city, or you could say a town. Okay, let's look at the next example. So we have Brundisium et Tusculum oppida sunt. All right, some of you are probably confused, but let's first look at our subjects. Look right here, this is one of our subjects here. Look at the that's nominative singular. Look at the here. That is nominative singular. Look at our linking verb though. It's plural because how many subjects do we have in this sentence? We have two. We have Brundisium and Tusculum. Therefore, our predicate nominative must agree and be plural as well. Notice oppida has an A. Some of you are like, this is not, how can we tell the difference between a first declension feminine nominative singular noun and a second declension neuter plural noun? Well, here's your clues. This right here is an A. This tells us it's plural. It's our predicate nominative. But look here, this is plural, and you have more than one subject. That's how you know if you're looking at a nominative neuter plural noun, because all the other clues in the sentence will have to be plural as well. Okay? Does that make, hopefully that makes sense. Okay, opida is a plural neuter nominative noun. Okay, the case is neuter, the case is nominative, the number is plural, and it's neuter in gender. Okay, and the reason it is that way is because you have Brundisium as a subject, Tusculum as a subject, and you have this clue here at sunt being plural to agree with the rest of the sentence. Moving on. Sparta quoque oppidum est. All right, so we have Sparta, which is a nominative noun. Okay, it's our subject. But here we have a neuter noun down here to tell us what it is, right? We recall this is singular. Look, we have our linking verb that's singular. We have one subject. We have our adverb. Quoque means also. Oppidum is singular predicate nominative because we're only talking about one subject. So notice the patterns of the sentences we've just read. They're alternating to show you the differences. Brundisium oppidum est. Notice the whole sentence is singular because we have one subject. Our linking verb is est because we only have one subject. And our predicate nominative is also singular because we have one subject. Brundisium et Tusculum oppidum sunt. We have two subjects. Now our predicate nominative is plural, oppida. And then sunt, our linking verb, has to be plural as well. Notice the alternation that's going on back and forth. Okay? Let's look at the next line. Brundisium est oppidum magnum. Okay, we have one subject in this sentence. It's Brundisium. Right here, it's our um ending for a nominative, singular, neuter noun. Our linking verb actually appears in a different area in the sentence. It's actually in the middle. Look at oppidum. This is our noun in the predicate nominative. Now we have an adjective agreeing with it. Look at the ending of the adjective. It's because it has to agree with the noun it's modifying. If you'll go up to where we just had the first declension feminine nouns, and you look at magna because it's agreeing with insula, right? That's because it's a first declension feminine noun that it's agreeing with. Coming back down here, oppidum magnum, magnum is agreeing with a second declension neuter noun. That's why it has this ending on it. Okay? Remember, in the preliminary lecture, I said adjectives take all genders, all cases, and all numbers. Okay? That is why it ends in a All right. Now we're going to encounter the interrogative num. Okay, if you'll notice this sentence right here, num creta oppidum est. This is what we're concerned with, this word at the beginning. This is an interrogative that introduces a question that expects a negative answer. Okay, so if we look, so it says, is Crete a city? Or you could say, Crete isn't a city, is it? Right, or you could ask it like that. So it says, Crete oppidum or creta oppidum non est. Notice right here, the response has this negative in it. Every time you see num, the response will be in the negative. Okay? It will be in the negative. So I hope that's been helpful. Okay? So let's, that's all we're really going to talk about with num. There's not a whole lot to say about it. Come down here, we're going to talk about the ablative form of the neuter and the masculine. They're identical. We're going to talk about the ablative case, the ablative place where. So where I want to start at is right here on line 58. And if you look right here at Germania, in Imperio Romano non est. So we'll have this is a sentence here. This is our subject because this is a feminine nominative noun. Then we have a prepositional phrase. And notice imperio, right here is our noun. This is our noun. It ends with an O with the macron on it. Notice the adjective modifying it, romano, also has an O with the macron on it. Okay? And we have our linking verb. So it says, Germany is not in the Roman Empire. Okay? Germany is not in the Roman Empire. Okay? So whenever you see the ablative for a second declension, neuter, or masculine, they will end in an O, and the adjectives modifying those nouns also will have an O on them if it is a first/second declension adjective. Okay, that should be pretty straightforward. All right, so that is it for this lecture. Hopefully it's been helpful, and I hope that you will go through and reread the chapter after you've gone through and looked at the grammar and tried to figure it out. Okay, so it's really good to reread each chapter. It will help the language to stick. All right, thank you.